Hey guys, it's Shannon from That DIY Couple, and these are my tips for dating for awkward men. I think that when you're a sensitive and thoughtful guy, and maybe you're not like conventionally attractive or believe that you're not conventionally attractive, there can be a lot of fear and anxiety around women, particularly if you have lived your life in a way where you have been focusing maybe on school and maybe you've been focusing on work and dating just sort of hasn't happened for you. And it's it's almost like the longer that you go without it happening, the more you feel like there's something wrong with you or that you have like a mental block from getting out there and talking to women and making it happen. And I feel your pain, and I feel like you deserve to have somebody in your life who like appreciates you and who compliments you and who makes you feel good about yourself, who makes you feel like a man, who makes you feel like the best version of yourself. And so I want that for you. And this is, I think, just a little video from a woman's perspective of things that I hope might give you a little bit of confidence. So the first thing is that a lot of men, I think, have the wrong impression about what women want and what they like. So there are different types of women, right? And human traits fall along the bell curve. So I think that there are definitely women who are like very attracted to a strong and like bro-ish energy and who like guys that are frankly assholes as long as they fit a certain prototype. Like there are definitely women who just think with their dicks. They're like, oh, I just want a guy who's like 6'4" and absolutely shredded and looks like, like the Aryan youth icon, or like, looks like I have women like that who just like they just love like tall, blonde, like shredded guys. And I've never been super attracted to that look. And then there's a type for every woman. So I have other friends who like literally it's their thing to get like skinny, like this particular friend is not Jewish, but she likes like skinny Jewish guys with like a big nose and kind of like shaggy hair who look like almost emaciated. Like that's her type. That's what like gets her going. So if you're one of those guys, there's hope for you. And she's like a really attractive person. I have another friend who really likes short guys with big necks. That's like her thing. She likes like those like guys who look like, they've spent like a lot of time at the gym, but they're like pretty like compact. Like that's her thing. And she's like actually like tall and lanky. And then I have another friend who really likes just like super buff African American guys. I have another friend who likes like thin and nerdy African American guys. I have a friend who likes Asian guys. Like, I mean, like, or like guys who are like literally from China who speak Chinese, like are living in the US. For every type of body and every type of person, there is like a woman who is attracted physically to that type. There are definitely women who think more with their eyes and are more visual, and they have like a type that they like. But the thing is that the type that they like is not always the type that you think. So even like really strange looking guys or whatever, there is a woman who finds you attractive. I'm just gonna put that out there. But I would say that a lot of women are not like that. They're not particularly visual. So personally for me, I've never like walked down the street and had the experience of seeing a man and thought to myself, ooh, what a tall glass of water. Like I would like to get into his pants. Like I've never had that experience where I looked at somebody and thought, oh, you're so physically attractive, I'm so attracted to you. That's just not how my mind works. And there are lots and lots and lots of women like me. So for me, I've always been attracted to two things. intellectual curiosity and playfulness and a sense of humor. And I'll add intelligence. So guys who are like smart and funny are really attractive to me. And it doesn't really matter what their body type is. So I happen to be like really tall. I'm 6'1", and I think a lot of guys always thought that like either like they weren't attracted to me because I was taller than them, or they assumed that I wasn't attracted to them, and that couldn't have been farther from the truth. So I had spent a lot of high school like pining for guys who were like much shorter than me but weren't giving me the time of day, or like assumed that I wasn't into them, because they had the sort of mental characteristics that I was looking for. Like they were really smart and they were really funny. Those are the things that I have always found attractive. And I have tons and tons of friends who are like this, like who have spent high school and college interested in guys who like didn't realize that they were interested in them. And that's on them. Like, I mean, I think you got to go for it when you're a girl and you like a guy, like, but that's a different story. So I hope that gives you some comfort if you're like a smart guy who maybe isn't like what you consider conventionally attractive. There's probably women out there who are into you that you're like not aware of. And then I think the other thing that I've always found attractive is like when a guy says something considerate or like kind about somebody else, or and this is like a really easy one, right? Talking up other people, talking up your family. It just really, it only, whether you're saying something bad about somebody else or you're saying something good about somebody else, it really makes you look good or it makes you look bad. So these are like free and easy things that you can do to sort of bolster your own, the way that other people look at you and the esteem that they have for you. The other thing that I would say to you, if you're like still single and you're a guy and you're lonely, is that maybe you have like a fear of starting. So maybe you haven't even gotten out on the dating apps, or like you haven't contacted anyone because you're afraid of rejection. And like I'm not gonna lie, like I have rejected guys in the past. I think especially when I was younger, there's like a lack of empathy there that like I regret the way, like some of the ways that I rejected people or broke up with people. And I regret the way that I've treated those people in the past, because I think that especially for young guys, it can cause like really, like lifelong fear or whatever. So on behalf of the women who may have rejected you in the past, I'm sorry. And note that it's like equally hard for us growing up and trying to figure out like what we want and what we like. And sometimes like male interest can feel like overwhelming or like upsetting when you're especially like a young woman. So like it's a learning process for both people. But I wouldn't let that fear of rejection overshadow the beautiful and bright future that you can have when you meet somebody who is your person. So what I'd like you to do is spend some time imagining yourself happy with somebody else. Don't give that someone else like a particular physical look or a particular, height or weight or whatever. Just imagine the way that you feel when you're with somebody who is your equal and your complement. And I want you to start sort of trying to manifest that in your own life, because if you believe that it's possible, it's definitely possible. If you believe that it's impossible, it's impossible. You need to start believing that it's possible for you to find somebody and for you to fall in love and for you to date and for you to have sex and do all the things that make up this wonderful human existence. So my practical, like pedal to the metal advice is to take solace in the fact that there are definitely women, even if you think that you're unattractive, there are women who are attracted to you. And you can do things that will make them more attractive to you, like being nice and being kind and being witty and intelligent and working hard and doing good deeds. These things like are very attractive human characteristics that women will pick up on. And then don't let the fear of rejection prevent you from putting yourself out there in a way that's going to improve your life in the long run. So get out there, start messaging people, try to build up that thick skin. I know it's really hard. but you can do it, and I'm wishing you luck. If you guys have specific questions for me, I'm really happy to answer them. Feel free to message, and I'm wishing you love and abundance and happiness as you go through this life. Till next time, guys, do well and always make things better.